You put the hard work in 9 to 5, cool, you get paid. Hard work, get paid instantly. Instant gratification. Hard work, paid. Hard work, paid. Right? Within trading, you put the hard work in, you put the long hours in, you don't get paid. You put the hard work in, 0 results. You put the hard work in, you get negative results. How does that feel? It kind of messes with your psychology a little bit. So you've got to have a strong mindset.
I know it's gonna hurt, but you're worth fighting for.
So what's going on, and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about sacrifices within trading. This is a topic that doesn't really get spoke about, gets pushed under the carpet quite a lot because it's not really comfortable to talk about, but this is just the reality of trading. So we're going to get into it today. I'm currently just nipped out just to grab a few things and print off a document as well. Kind of an excuse to get out of the house. Definitely missing the gym a little bit. But just, it is what it is. Got to suck it up, got to adapt to this environment and just put in the work regardless of what is happening right now. So yeah, feel good, feel clear, feel in a good mindset and feel ready to get into this video. So, sacrifice. The best way I can explain it is, imagine putting all of your time, all of your energy into a craft, right? Whether that be trading, whether that be entrepreneurship, whether that be a business, whether that be any skill. Imagine putting your time, your effort into something and then seeing 0 results, and even with that, negative results, right? You take a 1% loss here and there, 1% loss. Imagine going through that entire process and just seeing losses or 0 results, no tangible results for the first 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Imagine going through that process. Can you honestly go through that? And I'm not saying this to put you off, because trading can be such a good skill. And I'm not in a place right now for myself to kind of say this from a hindsight perspective of, you know, I've got all these tangible results to prove for it. But I'm saying this going through the journey, even knowing this and what's going to happen in the future, like trading is a very, very good skill to master, because there's so many possibilities for you to create that generational wealth and so much freedom for yourself and the people around you. So don't let this video put you off at all, but I'm just want to give you the real talk and just tell you how it is, because so many people give them fluff nowadays in the trading space, in the whole business world of how things work. You know, you can be a millionaire in 3 months, like all this kind of talk. Like unless you ain't gonna be a millionaire within trading unless you start with a £5,000 account. Let's say you risk 50% of your account on each trade, you risk 20% of your account, and suddenly you then flip it, right? It's going to happen 1 in a million times. If you're approaching trading as a business from a sustainable aspect, like, you're not going to go into trading with that mindset anyway. So what's the need to try and get rich quick in 3 months when it just takes, you know, years to happen? So you just got to be diligent within the process and just give it time. You know, my honest opinion about trading, it kind of messes with the human natural psychology if you think about it. Whereas, you know, you work a 9 to 5, you work a job, you work any sort of income, you get paid straight away, right? You put the hard work in, you then get rewarded for that. You put the hard work in 9 to 5, cool, you get paid. Hard work, get paid instantly. Instant gratification. Hard work, paid. Hard work, paid. Right? Within trading, you put the hard work in, you put the long hours in, you don't get paid. You put the hard work in, 0 results. You put the hard work in, you get negative results. How does that feel? It kind of messes with your psychology a little bit. So you've got to have a strong mindset, and trading tests your mindset very, a lot. So you've got to have a strong mindset. Don't worry about having a strong mindset straight away, but eventually you will build that up through going through all these different periods of losses, all these different lessons, all these different mistakes that you make, just natural cause of trading. But it goes against the natural human psychology of, you reap what you sow. It feels like karma, where you put the hard work in, you get paid. But then in trading, it just doesn't happen that way straight away, and you have to be willing to put in that hard work, that sacrifice, all those long hours, all these different things that come part of the process, and then get paid later on. That could be 2 years down the line, it could be 3 years down the line. Eventually, karma will, whatever you want to call it, karma, you reap what you sow, whatever law you believe in, whatever you could call it, it's the exact same thing. It works the exact same way. You'll get paid at some point if you're willing to persist through that process, persist through those hard times. It's just the law of the universe, right? But it takes time to get through that. Don't expect it to happen within 3 months, because it just doesn't. The amount of people that I talk to that have the wrong mindset, the amount of people within this lockdown, right, that are searching for this, like, you know, let me get a bit of income on the side, let me do this trading thing, let me try this trading thing, and then they get into trading thing and it's like, oh, I've lost £200, I've lost £500, like, what's going on? It's going to be easy. These apps, these signals say it's going to be easy, like, what's going on? It's mindset, it's perspective. Like, it isn't like that. I'm telling you right now, if you come into trading and you want to get an extra £200, an extra grand here per month, if you come in with that mentality, like, don't even bother, honestly. Like, you may get short-term profits here and there, you may get lucky a few weeks in a row, but sustainably, if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to do that for a sustainable income longer term. So you may as well just give yourself a break, and just put in the skill, become the asset, which takes time. So something to bear in mind. But without further ado, gonna head home. Got a few more points to touch on regarding sacrifice and my experience with what I've had to sacrifice, because this is just something that people don't see on the front unless you actually bring it up to the surface and discuss it. So let's get back home. Join you in a couple minutes. So we just got back home, but I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, you know, look at me, I've sacrificed all these different things. It's not about that. It's more about giving you the real aspect of what trading is actually like when you strip back all the fluffiness, when you strip back all the BS, and you just take the red pill, right? So it's the matrix concept of red pill, blue pill. Which one do you want to take? Do you want to take the BS or do you want to take the red pill, the truth, right? So I'd rather give you the truth. I'd rather tell you my experience from my eyes of what I see and what I've seen over the past 2-3 years. So yeah, let's get more into it. Let's give you more of a perspective. This camera is pretty heavy, so I'm going to find somewhere to lay it down, and then we'll talk about this a little bit more as well. Just a little bit of a backstory. When I was coming into trading, you guys know this already, I believe. I was 18, 19. That was when I had to choose, you know, do I want to take, there's two paths in my mind. You either take the first path, right? It's a very average path, it's very safe, it's very, you know, I'll get a job, I'll get a 9 to 5, I'll work my way up the ladder, I'll have an average income, but I'll be able to enjoy all this social life with my friends, my family, all this kind of stuff. I'll have a balanced life, let's just say that. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that, but then I also know that you can go with that, but it was never my gut feeling, it was never my vision to kind of go that path. The other path was that, you know, I wanted success, I wanted all these different things in life, I wanted to achieve my bigger mission, my bigger vision, my bigger purpose, and achieve all these really great things and really leave a legacy for myself and other people around me, impact a lot of different people around the world. And I had this vision for myself instead of this one. There's no right or wrong here. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone has their different life purpose, their different life mission. But for myself, being in tune with what I wanted as a late teen, grateful that I was in that situation and I believed in myself at that point. That was the path that I knew I had to take. And alongside that path, you're gonna get so much sacrifice, and that's just a part of it. You know, I had to sacrifice just honestly a lot of time and energy, because that's just what you have to do. And now I'm in a position, gratefully, that it's not necessarily about the hard work. It still is to a certain degree, but it's more about the quality versus the quantity. But in the beginning stages, like, you need to put in a lot of different hard work. You're going to be spending so much time on a Saturday night, Friday night, Sunday night, that typical, you know, average mentality where you should be giving yourself a break, celebrating the fact that it's Saturday night. Like, I don't agree with that mentality anyway, but that's where a lot of people come from. So if you want that path, like, feel free to go down that path. But if you want success, if you want all these different things, I saw myself going down that route. I always did, and that's the route that I took. So I sacrificed a bunch of different things, including, you know, even things like time, going out with different friends that I could have easily spent Saturday night for weeks and weeks and months and potentially even years at a time, just going out and enjoying myself for that short-term gratification. But for myself, you know, people don't understand it. When I'm here on a Saturday night and I'm working and I'm doing a watch list for the week ahead, people aren't going to get that when there isn't an instant return on investment for those people to see. And I've been in that situation where, you know, friends, family, people closest to me can't see that return on investment. Then that's when they start to question things, because there's no tangible results yet, right? But that's where the mentality crept in, like I said before, where trading, entrepreneurship, business is entirely different from human nature, and entirely where there's a lot of uncertainty. You're not going to get a certain wage every month. You're not getting a certain amount of income in your account. That's a very safe mentality. Nothing wrong with it, but that's not how business works. It's not how trading works. You know, 1 month in the markets could be very lucrative. You could have, let's say, a 12% profit month, the next month could be -2. That's a big difference, right? What happened? Nothing may not happen. You still could be operating at peak performance, yet the market didn't present to you the same opportunities that month as it did the month before. So it's all about coming from a long-term mindset, and you have to be comfortable if you don't get paid month to month. You have to be willing to go through that mentality of, yeah, if this takes me 3 years to get results, to get tangible results on the board, then I'm going to be willing to put in that time, because longer term, 5-10 years down the line, I'm going to be able to build all these different things for myself, all these different things for other people around me, support the people that I'm closest with, impact a lot of people, inspire people. You're going to be able to do all these different things if you're willing to put in that initial sacrifice up front. A quote that's quite fitting here is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. So if you look at your inner circle and 4 of those people are toxic, right? They're bringing you down. Every time you spend time with them, you feel like they're draining your energy. You're not getting anything out of that conversation. Once again, you have to take a step back. There's nothing wrong with it to a certain degree, especially if these people are like close friends and family. You have to have a bit of rationality to that, and be able to keep those friends if they are, lifelong friends and things like that. But at the same time, you have to be able to grit your teeth and be like, okay, this person is toxic. Let me sit them down. Let me talk to them. Let me tell them exactly where I feel the relationship is going, what I can improve on, what they can improve on, and kind of come up with a solution from there. But if they're super toxic and you're not getting anything from it, that's just the cold hard truth. And you respect that. If they are bringing your energy down, they're draining you, then you have to make that decision of, okay, is this person going to continue being in my life, or am I going to cut them out? And it sounds hard. It sounds a little bit cold and hard, but at the same time, it's kind of part and parcel with the journey. It is honestly kind of part and parcel with the journey. I've been through it in the past, not so much anymore, because I've filtered out my inner circle. I have a solid inner circle, and right now that are people, mentors that I'll keep for a long time. But in the beginning stages, when I was 18, 19, that was one of the hardest things that I found very, very difficult. You have to even question people's sanity. If you're sat here on a Saturday night, if you're sat here for weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months, years and years, not seeing any return on investment, people from an outside perspective are going to question your insanity. They're going to be like, okay, well, why are you even doing that anymore? You're not getting any return on investment. You're not seeing the profits. You're not seeing the return. How are you still doing that? You have to be a little bit crazy, good crazy, in the respect that you have a vision for yourself. No matter what anyone else thinks, you're going to go after it, because you know you're going to achieve that long term. Whatever it is, whatever goal you have, you know that you have the persistence, the hard work, the mentality, the work ethic to be able to go after that goal and chase it until you finally get it. So that's just exactly what's happening with me. That's what's going to happen in the future. I'm just going to continue going until I get to the goals that I want to achieve, which I know I'm going to achieve in the future. So you have to have that mindset of just long term, and you have to be willing to sacrifice those short term things, that instant gratification, for those things longer term. So just something that I really want to talk about today. So let me know your thoughts, opinions down below, especially if you've been through something like this. I'll be very interested to find out what your struggles have been and what your perspective on this entire situation is. Have you ever cut people off before? If they've been toxic and not beneficial, if they're draining your energy, like, how do you see that? I'd be keen to see how you guys see that too. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's been really good to kind of sharing this. Hopefully you respect the transparency and just me sharing, all kind of things from the journey too. But yeah, great video. So hopefully you enjoyed it too. But yeah, catch you all soon. Speak to you all soon. Stay safe and have a good week ahead in the markets.